Welcome to my channel. It's Sharon here from Sharon's Craft Creations, and today I'm going to be making the post box from the Cutting Craftorium Christmas 2. Now I have all of my pieces. I have the base, and I have the top and the bottom, and I have the mats. The way to find out how many pieces and sides you need is go by your base or your top, and here we need 6 pieces, because on your files, when you open them up on your cutting machine, you will find that only one will appear on the screen, and this is where you need to group your pieces and then cut out how many you need. So we have the base. We have 5 sides of the middle, 5 sides, and a door. Now I've used a craft knife and a ruler, and I've cut out the front part to make a door. Then we have an extra piece and the mat. I'll put those to one side. I have the box itself, which fits on the front of the door, the opening, and the word post. And then we have the top, which is 6 pieces. Again, I've already pre-folded them. And we have the bottom and the top, and then we have the same pieces, the same side for the top and the bottom for your middle pieces. And then the top of that is we're going to have some decorative mats, and there's 6 of those as well. So we're going to get started by doing the top, being that it's already in front of me. So I've scored all of the pieces that I need. I'm just getting my glue, and I'm going to glue to each tab, and then each tab then will fit to a straight edge to make the top part of my box. So I'll show you first what we do. Put some glue on the top there. I can put it down flat at the moment while it's just the first 2 pieces, and hold. Put them there so as you can see. Let that stick, and then we've got the other 2 pieces. Then bend it round in front, like so. But this time you can line it up and glue. Oops, keeps. Until it's gripped, which it has. A bit more glue on the last tab then to hold those together. And that's those 2 together. So I'll carry on doing these and come back and join me. Then there's just the side pieces now. That's it. And there we have it. Now we've got the small piece that goes on the top. Now it'll be much easier to do the top first and then do the bottom afterwards, because you won't be able to get your hand in unless you got smaller hands. But I find it easier because I've got big hands to put the smaller piece on first. So I'm going to do one end first, get so that it can attach quite well. Let's get my finger underneath and my thumb, hold it on tightly, and then squeeze my finger and my thumb together to secure it to that piece, and hopefully the rest should be easier. So I'm going to glue all of the tabs now to add the top, and I'll find that if you glue the opposite to where you've just glued, then the rest should fall into place. I'll try and hold it to see whether it'll grip. That won't be matter, a little bit of glue there, but that won't matter because it will be covered with some holly. That piece is cut. Now I can turn it over and then I can push the other pieces that haven't quite caught now to the top, and that will help them glue together, like so. Okay, we could put the decorative bits on now if we want to, so make sure they are all the same way. I think they go that way. The way to find out is you put them all together and they should line up like that. So I'm going to lay them down there, and I'm going to put some glue on the top and along the bottom piece and in the middle, but don't put any glue on those rigid bits because it's going to hang over. You'll see why in a moment when I start to put them on. So we'll line it up with that one. As you can see, it's hanging over. So that's why you don't put any glue on there. Try and hold it together. And we repeat the process on the rest. I'm just putting the last one on now. And I found by not putting the base on, I can actually lie it down and just press down, so to make it stick even better on each piece. That's something else I found out. And just keep going round, giving them all a press, making sure the glue sticks nicely. We don't want them coming off. So now we can attach the bottom. So here's our base, and again, like the top, I'm going to just glue one tab, Just line it up with the score line. Trouble getting my hand in. There we go. If you feel easier, put it down on your surface, your work mat, and it should help stick it better. It's not quite lined up there. So while the glue is still tacky, I can adjust it. And there we go. That's it. So now again I'm going to lift the sides up a little bit, and hopefully when I put the lid down it should catch the glue and the tabs should catch the base part. A good thing as well, once you get it in line, you can adjust the sides and let them catch as well. Just give it a nice massage round and then push down just gently, just to hopefully get the base to catch those tabs. And there's our lid. Okay, there's the top of our post box. So now we're going to have a go at doing, put that to one side, the middle part. So there's the top and bottom. Those are the same size, so you'll know the difference. That's the box itself. I find as well, any decorative parts, especially the door, we can actually put those on now while it's flat. I'm going to add this little bit as well to make sure that it is stronger enough to allow the door to be open and closed. So I've got my glue, just lining it up with where I've cut the lines. I did run a little score line down, and then I'm going to add my decorative piece. And just put blobs of glue where you can to hold it on. I think that's enough. We'll line that one up. Okay, and there we have it. So I should have 5 pieces now to put on and glue to each tab. I'm going to use my other craft mat as well, bring that in, so as I've got a good workspace to work, nice and level. So I'm going to score these, or be scored before you start to glue them together because I find that a lot easier. That's just me. So here we go. Bring it over so as you can see. And I'm just going to glue all along the side. And there we go. And now I'm going to line up this piece. There we go. Just get off the excess glue. And fold it if you need to as well. It will fold on itself because of those score lines. Does help when it's just one complete line and straight edges, because you can bend them and they'll be fine. So now we've got the first one on. I'm going to try with the second one again now. Get that one on. That's the top. Oh, there we go. So again, it's a lot easier to be able to line them up while your project is flat, because then you can use your work surface or your mat, your table, to really press hard on the pieces to help the glue stick. Another one lined up nicely. Just rub it along, pressing hard. Right. Okay, so I've put my final pieces on, and now I'm going to join up the front with the last piece now. So again, I'm going to put glue on my tab. And line it up. Really push this one down now, make sure it sticks, because it's by the opening that I've created earlier. I can't get that one to line up. I'll pinch it. So, lie it down now and give it a good press. And at this time, if you want to, you can go along and do each piece. Let's pull that out. So we've got that piece and that piece. Just making sure all of the tabs are fixed to all the sides, which they are. And there's our middle part. I'll push the door out now because we want the door to open. So I'm going to put the bottom on first, the base. No, the top, I think. Because then I can get my hand inside the door and secure the base. So I think I'll do the top first. Yeah, change my mind. It's a good thing with your own project. You can change your mind whenever you like. So we're just going to do a tab as before with the top of the post box. Just going to glue the first tab at the front, because this will be the bit that will be on show majority of the time. So we want that nice and neat as much as we can. And there we go. Let's make sure it has glued. And then we can turn it round and glue the other tabs. And again, I'm going to lower the opposite to where I've glued the first tab and try and get that pressed down, because I know that is in line. This side's in line nicely, and then this side I'm just going to push. Oh, I'm just going to push it so as it can grip. And be in line. Again, I'm going to try and get each piece. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put, let me stand up, and I'm going to push all of the tabs around each side, and hopefully they will grip. Like that. That bit isn't quite caught. So I'm going to put my hand in and push with my thumb. So hopefully this bit, I can see this bit's not quite caught. There we go, we've got that on. So we turn it upside down, and I'm going to repeat the process with the base. So again, I'm going to glue up a tab at the front above the doorway. I need to turn it round so that I can grip. And then hold it so as I can grip. Not quite. I think I'm going to lie it down and to help it grip. Really push and down. And there we go. Okay. So now I'm going to glue all of the tabs again, like we have in the with the top part. And then I'm going to line it all up, glue the opposite side, oh, this bit's caught, but this one hasn't, so I'm going to try and guide it in. There we go, and hopefully it'll clip it, which will help instead of it fighting. Okay, so we're going to turn it over and I'm going to open the door as best as I can. I did put a score line in there, but and then I'm going to go round and glue, press each tab that's been glued, not glue. Just go around. Make sure each one is stuck nicely, which it has beautifully. Okay. So the next piece we've got is the box that fits on the hole here, and all the score lines are there. We just need to fold them. And that will create the shape. That's it, that's folded all of the score lines. So we've got that one. And then we're just going to go around and glue the tiny pieces at the moment. Hold that straight. Like that. And that tiny piece there, I'm going to glue that inside, tiny bit of glue. Like that. Hold it together. And then that tiny tab there, which is very thin, that will glue to the side. This one is quite easy to put together. When you first look at it and you think, oh, this looks complicated, but once you start to fold the score lines and you see how it all goes together, just as long as you remember that a tab goes to a straight line, straight edge, then you can't go wrong. There's a little piece there on the top that needs folding, which I've missed. Put that side together. To fold over and try and line up as best as we can. It is a bit figgly. Just take your time. But you can see it's taking shape Which way looks better? And it'll fit like that. So what we're going to do to help the glue stick is we're going to lie it down. Oh, we've got this other piece as well. So that piece is going to go along the top there. So I'm going to make sure it's the right way around and it says post. We don't want it being the wrong way. So we glue that on together like that. It'd help if I straightened it up. That's it. We got it straight. Give it a pinch in the middle so as I can make sure that it's the glue is taken to it. Right. Now we're going to glue along all round. That's it. And get it lined up with the actual gap. That looks perfect. That's it. Again, I'm going to get my finger underneath to actually make sure the glue catches it. I'm going to do this side and underneath. Move my hand out of the way. That's better. Get my hand in. Just put a little bit of pressure on it at the moment to help it grip. And underneath, it's not quite gripped yet. And while that's drying, I'm going to put that to one side and I'm going to do the base. So again, we have a large bottom and a smaller top. So remember it's only the middle part that are the same sizes. So again, we've got our decorative pieces and we've got our 6 pieces that I'm going to glue together. So let's start off with the longer tab. Lie it down and make sure that it sticks. Like so. And then we have the smaller tab, which will give it the shape. That's the bottom and that's the top part of it. And then your mat will fit like that. You can do any colours if you wanted to. You could do silver, any colours whatsoever. It's up to you. It's your project. So I'm going to carry on now and put the rest on. Glue the final piece to the first piece that I started with. Just line them up nicely before I give it a press. And there we have the base. So now we put on the top and the bottom, and then the mats. Get that bit of glue off there. So we have the base of it is the larger piece, and then the smaller one will be the top. So again, like before, I'm going to glue one of the tabs and then get the base fitted to it. Line it up, lie it down and give it a press if we can. Just take advantage of your table to give it a good press down. And there we go. And then I'm going to continue to glue the rest of the tabs. Push that one down a bit. Okay, so we're going to line up the one opposite. Get that one glued nicely. And then I'm going to try and push in the sides. That's it, I've got it. And while the glue hasn't quite caught, you've got a little bit of movement time. So now I'm going to really press down all of the tabs. Get them to stick nicely. And there we have it, nice and clean. Right, I'm going to put the sides on. So it's just a very thin piece of glue around the edge, and then a little bit in all of the stripes. So I'm going to line it up, move. And then again, like with the lid, not the lid, the top, sorry, I can now press each piece down on the work surface and make sure that the glue sticks each piece. And that's helped all of the pieces to stick. So now I'm ready to put the top on, the base now. So again, I'm going to glue the front tab, or a tab, doesn't necessarily mean it's the front, until you actually put the middle part on where the doorway is. So that's that on. Fold it back. again, I'm going to fold it down and glue first of all the opposite to where I've glued. Get that all nice and lined up. And remember, this time you won't be able to press the tabs down because this part now will seal it up completely. So I'm just giving it a chance for the tabs to actually catch. Just turn it upside down and give it like a little press, and hopefully they will catch. And there we have it. There's our base. So now we'll bring back in our middle part of the door, and that will fit perfectly on the top. So I'm going to glue the base. And then line up each corner, each side. Just push that down. Again, because the door is open, I'll be able to get my hand in and really press. Not too hard because you don't want to crush what you've already made, the base. It's just enough, just so as it can hold it and the glue will grip nicely. Just wait a few more minutes. That's it. And now the top. So we'll bring the top back in. Now this time the base of the top is actually bigger than the top of your post box. So what we need to do is we need to line it up so as it's symmetrical, and it just has a little bit of a gap leading over. Now how to do this is, so now you can't see what I'm doing at the moment, I'm going to do this upside down. So I'm going to bring in the post box and I'm going to line it up with the corner here, with the corner here and the corner there, and then have a little move around. It's very, just slightly bigger than what it actually is. It's very tiny. So now I'm going to glue the top. It's pointless putting glue around there because you'll have glue everywhere and it won't stick. So I'm putting glue around the top. And then putting it all over. Oh, if you want to know what glue I'm using, I'm using Pin Flare bookbinding glue, which is absolutely ideal for these projects. You only get a little bit come out. It's very good glue. It's amazing actually. Okay, so now I've got the top glued up, and I'm going to try and get this top lined up Too far over, too far back. There we go. I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to squeeze it together like so. Also, because the top's open, I'll get my hand inside and push it on to help grip. My hands spread out, my fingers each corner, and hopefully it will grip nicely. Got a little white piece to go in there, and then you can put your number in if you wanted to. You can put the 25th in if you want, or any date you wish. So that's going to fit there. You could even do an outline of that in gold if you wanted to, the keyhole. So I'm just going to add some flowers, and there we have our post box. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you would like to see more, please subscribe. And if you've enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. And until next time, bye for now. Take care.